Hello, peace and blessings. I feel like it has been so long since I have recorded a video, so I'm extremely happy and excited to be here. This is just going to be random chat. I'm going to show you some of my new decks. I'm not going to do any walkthroughs today because I would be on here for hours, and just kind of catch up as to what has been happening in my life and what's coming up and all of that stuff. So one thing that kind of threw me off is that my daughter's schedule for school shifted again. So we're doing the virtual schooling, and they just adjusted their schedule like mid to late October. I actually like this schedule a lot better, but it just took some adjusting once again to like get used to the schedule. Now we have that down pat and everything seems to be flowing, and yeah, so I'm back. Also, I had started coming down with something a little bit, so I spent last week really resting as much as possible in between social media work and just taking care of myself, and luckily within a couple of days that was gone. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of adjusting to new things for social media management stuff, and being a mom. Especially like when I start to not feel good, I do everything that I can to take care of myself so that I don't get sick. And generally, I don't get sick that often, and I'm super grateful for that. Because when I don't feel well, I still have a child to take care of. And some of the things that I did that really helped me were, I drank a lot of tea and water. I also added some like Thrive mushroom mix into the tea, which is really good for your immune system as well. The tea that I drink is like this turmeric ginger blend. And then I also used a lot of On Guard and other essential oils. I had them diffusing throughout the house. Some of them I added to my tea, ones that were safe for consumption, and then just applied them to my body. And that was super helpful. Very grateful to be back and feeling great. And able to do a video because so many exciting things are happening. So one thing that I did get to do was I actually recorded one of the first episodes for the Healing Single Mother show. So I am starting to work on that. I don't have an ETA on the actual release date. And because of all of these different shifts and changes, and without me having an assistant to help me, I have had to push a few project dates back. So I took the deadlines off of the things that I'm working on right now, and I'm just going to allow everything to unfold in a very divine and spiritually guided way. Because I noticed too, like I would feel pressure, like there's this deadline coming up. I don't have, all the time that I wish I could dedicate to this project, because I had to prioritize my rest and like self-care, especially like on the weekends or times when I would normally be working. Like I just felt the need to like really rest, because there have been some very huge energetic changes and integrations and shifts and just energy that has been bringing up a lot of stuff for people, including myself. I know a few friends that I've talked to, things are coming up in their lives. So I feel like it was a time to like just pause. And so I gave myself the space to do that. And I also treated myself to some awesome decks. Some of these were gifted, but a majority of them I did purchase, something like that. So I'm gonna show these to you. I'm not gonna open and do a walkthrough. I might come back and do like a video for each one, because y'all know I love to do that. But this deck I absolutely love. This is the Sacred Bee, or Journey of the Sacred Bee. This deck is beautiful. It's crafted very well, high quality deck, and it was created by I believe her name was Kelly, and she's also a certified Biddy tarot reader. So I really love this deck, and part of the proceeds goes to like a bee conservation, which I really liked. And here's like a little peek of what some of the cards look like. It's I like this deck a lot. I haven't read with any of these because I didn't do a walkthrough video, and that kind of has like become part of my my process and connecting with the deck. So I did like just kind of take them out and look at them a bit, but I haven't done any readings with them. Then I also picked up the 8-coin tarot tattoo. This one has been on my list for quite some time, and I finally have it. I have another tattoo tarot deck, but this one I really like the images on it. The artwork is very beautiful and very true to like that tattoo style artwork. This baby, the True Heart Tarot, I actually pre-ordered it, and then I was like, okay, no, because I told myself I was not going to buy any new decks, and then I just went ahead and got it anyway. I really like this deck a lot. The guidebook, this is written in a way like if a friend sat you down and was like explaining how to use tarot, and really relating the cards to life. So I think this is very beautiful. And this was created by none other than Rachel True, everybody's favorite witchy woman. I adore her. So I'm really excited to have this deck. Then this was one deck that, that was gifted to me, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. And I will open this deck because I absolutely love it. So that's the back of the cards. The major arcana all have like, they're all pretty much named differently. So the full here is potential. So I'll just show you like a couple of decks. This is the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. But this deck is very beautiful. I love the dark theme. It's got these beautiful kind of matte gold edges. Very nicely made deck, and I can't wait to read with it and really get to know it and do a more in-depth video on this deck. And it's funny, one of like my first like Instagram screen name was like Intuitive Goddess Tarot or something. So I was like, oh, I like that. Then I also picked up Cal Gray's Angel Guide Oracle. I love working with angel cards. They were how I came to really reconnect with tarot, because the first deck that I got was like this traditional Rider-Waite deck, and I just did not connect to the images. I was also still very much unsure of what tarot was, because all I heard was like, oh, it's evil, it's the devil, la 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 la. So the angel tarot that Radley Valentine and Doreen Virtue created at that time became my main tarot deck and go-to tarot, which of course I was introduced to all angel everything, and that was a big part of my spiritual toolbox. The other oracle deck that I picked up was the Cosmic Journey Oracle. This is a very cute and artistic deck. I really like working with that. Alana Fairchild's Kali Oracle. I love Goddess Kali and her energy. She's all about transformation, death, and rebirth, clearing things out, paving the way. And then the White Light Oracle, which is a very, very beautiful sacred deck. And finally, this baby is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. I really adore this deck, and I'm gonna open this really quickly to show you, because for me, there's something about it that, and this deck I have actually used, that it just makes me think of automatic writing for some reason. When I write about these cards, things flow very differently. And I really enjoy this deck. So it's very beautiful, playful, dreamtime artwork that this deck was created to be. I really like it. I think, is that it? I feel like maybe I'm missing one. Probably the Modern Witch Tarot. I don't know where that deck is presently. Oh, it's back there. But also the Modern Witch Tarot. I don't think I have talked about that one either, but that one's another very beautiful, beautiful deck. So those are my new babies, and I cannot wait to like really sit down and go through the tarot decks and just kind of talk a little bit more about them. Hopefully I will have some time to do some more videos this week. So what else is coming up? For me, like I said, the podcast, I'm starting to roll out some episodes on that. We are doing another new moon healing circle inside of the Healing Single Mothers community. So if you want to join us, you can get a free membership at community.healingsinglemothers.com. We would love to have you there. We also have this amazing resource in there, which is a guide for helping to heal heartbreak that I'll be sharing. And I don't know, I just really wanted to come on and talk. I see that the channel continues to grow, which I think is truly amazing. And just want to continue showing up, having conversations, and doing readings and just talking about things that I really love. So a lot of times we feel, especially like if you are in business or just a mom in general, like it's not okay to take breaks. And that is so far from the truth, and which is why self-care is super important, because if you are burned out, if you are sick, if you are stressed out, if you don't feel well, like you cannot give anything else to your family, to your job, to anything. And so we have to learn to prioritize rest and listen to our bodies, like as to what we need. And it's interesting because even though like I stepped away from things for a while, I knew that's what I needed. And instead of like trying to force myself to post on social media or to record a video or to do anything, I just allowed myself to be. And in doing that, it allowed me to show up as a better mother instead of depleting my energy trying to do all of these extra things. And I'm really grateful for that. So if you need to rest, allow yourself to rest. Don't force yourself to push through it. And I know there are some times where we just cannot rest, but find ways to do that, because what I was able to do was like gain a lot of clarity on not only what I needed for, myself and taking care of myself, but really like what was next for me overall in life, and just gave me some time to do a lot of deep reflection, which I love doing, especially this time of the year. So I'll probably go back and realign some of my goals for the coming year, because I already started working on those. And one of the things that I have been talking about is really building everything else around my life. So like my work schedule, I want that to be built around my life, so that work isn't what's leading me. My life is what's leading me, and really getting back into daily practices that fulfill me and sustain me. So I am going to be taking a few different programs in the coming year. On my vision board was to become a certified yoga teacher. And I also want to become certified in teaching children's yoga as well as trauma-informed yoga. So that's something that I am going to begin working on. I am super excited about that, as well as taking some continuing education credits with my life coaching school to add on some additional skill sets and just kind of sharpen my skills. So I'm very excited about that as well, and looking forward to bringing those skill sets forward. So it's going to take a lot of work for me, especially going through the yoga teacher training curriculum that I enrolled in. It's pretty vigorous. It's a very vigorous practice, but I feel like that's what I was most aligned to, and I feel like that's what I needed most. So that is what I have been up to, and I am going to find some way to get back into the flow of some readings here. One of the reasons why I pulled back on them is, even though they do provide value, I don't think that it's providing the impact that I want it to have on people's lives, where we're just kind of looking at general energy, and it's giving some guidance, but it's not really solving a lot. And I think I want to really focus in on more impactful readings versus looking at, you know, the variety of signs and things like that, because everything may not really resonate with everyone, and there are so many of those types of readings that are already out on YouTube. So I want to do something that is aligned with my audience, that's aligned with my purpose, that feels good, that doesn't feel like this doesn't really resonate. I know, like, I had always, like, everybody's like, you should do, you know, I want your monthly readings, and I'm like, yeah, but it just never felt right to me. And then I was like, okay, let me try it. And it was fun because, of course, I get to do tarot readings, but it didn't feel right. It felt like I was adding a lot of just more noise, and it just wasn't the fulfilling impact that I wanted to have. And even though I know that a lot of you did appreciate those readings, so I want to find a way to bring those back in a way that feels good and that feels aligned and is a lot more manageable than me doing 12 readings every month, because managing social media, building out my business, and helping my daughter through kindergarten, taking care of myself, and everything in between, my time is limited. And that's something that I really had to come to a true realization, is that my time is limited. I have a lot that I'm doing and that I'm working on, and things that I want to accomplish. And in order for me to do that, I do have to prioritize things. And so I'm working that out. And yeah, I'm excited. So hopefully I will start doing some of these deck walkthroughs, especially I think I want to start with the Intuitive Night Goddess and Journey of the Sacred Bee, because these are both created by independent artists. And then we'll look at the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, probably Modern Witch. I'll tie in with the Cosmic Slumber deck, since that one's a pretty popular deck as well. But yeah, so that was it. Just a quick little update on what's happening around here in this realm. I want to be able to support single mothers in truly creating an abundant life, an abundance of love and just success, and whatever that abundantly ever after looks like for you. But in order to get there, there's a lot of healing work that needs to take place. So one of the things that the moms in the Healing Single Mothers group said that they needed most was work around self-love and healing. So, and I think forgiveness was lumped in there too. So we'll definitely start getting back into those conversations, talking about self-love. Self-love truly is the foundation that unlocks everything else. A lot of us lack that on a very deep level, in a sense where we truly own who we are and feel good with our lives and who we are because of the circumstances. And we can definitely shift and change that. So, all right, I keep saying I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. You can find me on Instagram at Healing Single Mothers, or head over to healingsinglemothers.com if you want to book a reading or other type of healing service. I will be closing my calendar, I think, for the month of December, just to give me some time to realign things and not feel a whole lot of pressure. So if there is something that you want to book, go ahead and get it on the calendar now so that you'll be locked in. And I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.